Well, happy New Year, I guess. I guess happy New Year's Eve because it is New Year's Eve today. Hopefully, you guys are out there having a good time, getting ready for some parties. I know it's 5 o'clock here on the East Coast. I know the West Coast has a little bit of time before you guys even get off of work. And I know that our correspondent up there in Scotland, it's about 10 o'clock there. So she's getting close to New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, I guess. So y'all, hopefully you had a Merry Christmas and or Happy Hanukkah or Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You got some good things. Matter of fact, in the chat, make sure you share it. Like, let us know what'd you guys get. I got a whole bunch of books this year. Oddly, why would I need more books? Actually, I'll show you a couple of the ones that I have sitting right here because they're cool. And then we can talk about it. I picked up Mark Hewitt's book, Hunted, about the Zodiac murders. I also picked up one of Michael Hawley's books, Dr. Francis Tumbly and the Railway Ripper. There we go. And then the other one that I have right here is also Michael Hawley's book, Jack the Ripper Suspect, Dr. Francis Tumbly. So I picked up those. I also got Chaos, the book about Manson and the CIA and all the MK Ultra stuff. Super excited to read that. I will let you know later on that hopefully I will get the author of that book on here on the podcast at some point. I'm trying to work that out. But yeah, so hopefully you guys had a great Christmas and got to enjoy that. Hopefully you checked out our episode with Jeff Berlanger, which we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to discuss that a little bit with Mary and Sherry here. Also, I hope you got a chance to check out my Christmas spooky stories. It is actually our most viewed live. So for those of you guys that are watching the lives, apparently y'all like that one. And I'm glad because you should, because it's good. So make sure you check that out. I'm going to bring Mary and Sherry on here now, and we're going to get this party started. Hello, Mary.
Hi, Jeff.
What's up, Sherry? How's it going?
How are you guys?
Yeah, you need to do that every year now, Jeff, because I enjoyed the Christmas thing. that needs to be a tradition now.
Yeah,
I think so.
It was really good.
Yeah,
dude, it was so funny, and I know I told you.
I wish everyone a happy New Year.
What in the heck? You actually have like glasses on right now?
Oh my god!
I'm rocking. I'm rocking 2012 because
I thought she was telling on Elton John there. I thought Elton John was sitting there.
Dude, that'd be amazing if we got Elton on here. Like, work on that, Mary. We need to get Sir Elton John. I'm in. So, Sherry is looking like the ghost of Christmas past. Like I had on the thing. I had all these like crazy anomalies flying around me.
I know you did. Oh, now you want me to get that off because we can.
Oh, you seen it now?
No, it's fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was behind. It was behind your head.
I'm going to get it off. Okay, there we go. It's just me. There you go. No more.
It was.
No, you could show off.
Some of my stuff.
On the Christmas one, Sherry, did you see that? When Jeff was, and it was a white anomaly behind his head. I've seen it. I bet it was Bundy. Bundy. Bundy's watching him. Bundy is watching him, apparently.
It was just the weird anomalies that you get when you have those crazy backgrounds. If you don't have a green screen, it can't map it. So
you're right.
Yeah, but Jeff, it was only in one bit. The rest of it was fine. It was only one bit.
Is it true that Ted Bundy worked at a crisis center, or he was?
Yes.
He worked.
Yeah.
Yes.
That,
Yep.
not-
That's where
that's
we work with,
very
work with Ann
unreal.
Rule. Yeah.
That's so nuts.
Yeah.
Go for
And he
All right.
actually killed one of the people he was trying to help on the crisis hotline.
I wouldn't doubt it. And here
Huh.
I am. Let's see.
Okay. All
Wait,
right.
well,
Cool. So I just
just
posted the
I just-
live.
Wait, I want
I
to know
just
what.
want to point out trivia queen is here because I won the last
She's
trivia.
never, and
Yeah,
she'll never let us.
Okay. So you can take
Yeah.
this home with you, right? Mary is the last trivia champion of 2024
Oh,
because
what?
because we are not doing any trivia tonight.
Uh-oh.
No trivia tonight.
well,
And I'll tell you why. Because I only watched about half of the live back today, and I didn't write down any questions. So
Jeff, can I be honest as well? I've done the exact same thing. I only watched half yet. I need to watch the other half.
I watched the whole thing, but I don't. I mean,
Oh.
that was last. It happened to have been very good. I like him. You need to have him
Oh,
on.
Jeff is incredible.
He really.
Yeah, well,
He is
he's been-
just a super smart guy. Really knows all of the folklore and the history, and it was really great to talk to him. You know, he does all of like the background stuff for Ghost Adventures, which I
yeah,
didn't know when I
told you that.
I didn't know that because I don't listen to you, Mary.
See?
Clearly,
Listen, listen.
Oh, that's
I did not know that before we talked
Yeah.
about it on the podcast. But yeah, I mean, he is just an incredible wealth of information, and a super nice guy.
He's been with Ghost Adventures for since day one. He's the researcher, and he's
Yeah.
also the executive producer as well. But he
He's
is the
very-
researcher. Yeah.
So would you guys got what do you guys got for the episode?
What do you mean? It was good.
Question.
It was good.
Comments.
It was good.
Mhm.
That sort of ties in. See, what he was talking about the winter solstice. It also ties in with the summer solstice as well. And intricately, Stonehenge is linked to what he was talking about.
I bet you the winter solstice is in winter and the summer solstice is in the summer.
Well, you know what? That was,
No. Wait, Bob, Jeff, you don't say. But,
then what?
but see, when the summer solstice happens over here,
Right.
that's like the Druids type of thing.
Yeah.
And the police try and keep everybody away from Stonehenge.
Oh, really?
And they say, yeah, they don't allow anybody near Stonehenge. And it's the exact same thing with the winter solstice as well.
Oh, I didn't think of that. That makes
It's the
sense.
Druid thing.
That
But
makes sense.
what he was saying is actually true. I believe in all that. I can it's like German folklore and all that, but I think it's some of it is real. It's no all just sort of myth or what have you. There's always a truth behind the myth. That's what I
Yep.
say.
Yeah, I think that was interesting that came out of the episode is just that there is a lot of truth behind all those things that we I don't know where we lost Sherry, but
She
she's
disappeared.
backstage. Let me bring her back.
Ooh,
Oh, there you are. I don't know what happened. I don't know why you left. So you're back. But
Okay.
but yeah, there's a lot of truth behind all of these stories that we've heard, all of this folklore. There are little pieces of truth and why they, people retell these stories over and over again. I think it's really cool to see that. And I love the influence on, just that we need something scary there to keep us in line, because as people, we tend to fuck it up a good bit. And if there's not a little bit of fear, we end up doing all kinds of heinous things, or we don't do good things, right? So it was cool to hear that.
Shit. Are you there? What the hell?
Yeah, we're here.
No,
Did I
usual
lose you?
Shelley.
Are you there? Uh-oh.
We can hear you, Sherry. Loud and clear. Oh no, she's on the camera again. Oh god.
Wait.
I don't know what she's doing over there. All right. We're going to send her
This is-
backstage until
this
she gets
is
her
what-
stuff figured out.
At least now, Jeff, now we know what Sherry does when we were on Clubhouse. This is what she does.
That's it. That's why we heard all those weird noises all the time. Like, what is she doing? All right. So yeah, I thought that a lot. I love the history around Christmas and all of these
Mhm.
different scary stories from all over the world, because it's not just Krampus, and he talked about Grilla, and of course in the movie Red One. I actually watched it this weekend, so I got a chance to watch it. I was not a fan. I thought it was kind of a I didn't particularly like.
I've actually heard like crap things about it, so I'm not even going to bother.
Yeah, it was worth watching. It was an interesting movie, but it was like, I didn't particularly like the guy that played Santa Claus. I love him in a lot of other things. I just didn't love him in that. And I don't think they did a great job of really showing and telling any of the backstory to any of the characters. Like, we really don't understand who Krampus is. We don't understand Grilla, really. So it's kind of, they try to do what they try to do. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Sherry's now here.
Back.
What's up,
Can you
Sherry? Yeah, we can hear you. We can't see you. Like, it's
I don't
dark, but
What's going on?
Well,
I don't know either.
I can see a
Hold on.
frozen picture of Sherry.
Wait.
And it's like
I
know the
see
hat's
everybody.
Right.
There you
we
go.
can see you. We can
yeah,
see
we
you.
can see you and hear you. It's
All
just
right,
dark.
I want to go back upstairs, but well, yeah, because I don't know where I'm down in the. I'm going to go back upstairs. Okay, I'll be right back. How do I get? Just don't look at me. All right, you there?
All right. We're gonna put you backstage. Sherry needs some time to cook today, guys.
Yeah.
So we're gonna leave her backstage until she gets it figured out. But yeah, so I thought it was a great episode. I would love to sit down and talk with Jeff about ghost hunting and about all of that stuff. I think he would be an incredible resource for that, and just telling stories.
Yeah, that'd be
From all the
awesome if
shows.
you could. It'd be awesome if you actually could get Aaron on.
Aaron is a trip and a half. That guy's so funny.
Oh, I mean, he actually looks better bald. When Aaron started Ghost Adventures, he had black hair.
I
And
mean,
he
working
shaved-
with Zach will
shaved
make you lose all your hair.
No, he shaved it off. He actually looks better bald. It looks. It just looks better bald.
So Mary, what other stories do you know of, like folklore, there in Scotland?
There's a few. I mean, like there's like stories associated with Mary King's Close and stuff like that. There is a few, especially here in
Tell us some
Edinburgh, but-
creepy. Tell us some creepy Scottish folklore.
Oh, now I've got to think off the top of my head now. Oh God.
Look at this. I put you on the spot. And you got nothing for me.
I have a
No,
question.
I can't.
All right. All right, you think about it, Sherry. What do you got?
do you feel the way he was talking? It reminded me of Grimm's fairy tales. Do you
Uh-huh.
think the Grimm's fairy tales have truth behind that? Like
I think there
and all
I
those.
think there are for sure lessons that people were trying to get across. I think that there were definitely people that those stories were centered around. I don't know that they're like word for word, like written down like history, but I think that there is definitely an essence of truth around a lot of those stories. And if not, truth, definitely there are lessons to learn. Same thing with like Aesop's fables, right?
Right.
Those are definitely out there to really teach us different lessons about these animals and things and how that relates to our lives. I don't know what happened to Mary now. Where's Mary?
I see Mary.
I see her, but she's not moving.
Oh, she's not.
No, she looks very grumpy. Look at her. Looks
I
very
see-
angry right now. She looks
Perfect.
obstinate because
Krampus
I know.
is
I
here.
wish. All right, did you just call Mary Krampus?
No, I said Krampus is here, meaning he's mischievous and doing bad things.
I don't
hate
think
that.
so. I think you just
Oh,
called
yes,
Mary
yes,
Krampus.
I didn't say he was crying.
Sherry didn't say that, Jeff. I heard every word.
Thank you. He's trying
I
to get
just, you know how Jeff likes to stir that pot,
Yeah.
Sherry. Yeah.
Not me. I would never stir any pots. I don't stir pots. Also, don't
Say that-
smoke pot. It's good.
Say that without laughing, though, Jeff. You try to noise me and Sherry up. Yeah.
I would never.
Yeah.
So, okay, Mary, did you think of any
Yes,
Scottish folklore?
that's what-
Okay.
Yes. You've got the bean niggy. It's like how can I put it? It's like an omen of death.
Okay.
You can
I
look
heard
him up.
be naked. I heard be
Aye.
naked is what I heard.
No,
And I thought,
bean.
who's got
Be-
somebody got to take off their clothes?
No. It's bean as in BEAN and then NIGHE.
They don't wear
So, like-
clothes there, so how could they take them off?
So like Mr. Bean.
Yes, bean,
Okay.
and then you've got,
Bean.
and then the second part of is NIGHE.
Don't
And so
say
it's
that.
like an omen of death.
That's a bad word,
Yes.
Mary. And
and then of course you've got Nessie as well.
What? Okay.
I still
Nancy.
can't
Have you
get
ever-
over Mr.
Have you ever seen the Loch Ness monster?
No.
Okay. I was at Loch Ness when I was in
Yeah,
Scotland. I stopped there. And I stood there for a little while and looked out over the water. I also didn't see Nessie, sadly enough. I would have
There's
liked to have.
But
There's
you know,
like people that have done went out in Loch Ness and they've got like submarines and all that crap. No.
Mary, you should send him dirt. Right?
Oh, I could.
Yeah, you
So
could.
so you don't think there, Mary? You don't think there's anything to Nessie?
I'm half and half, Jeff. To be honest,
That sounds like you.
I'm half and half.
Like,
Is either A
I'll
or D.
answer. Yeah, A or D, or it might be B or C too. I'm not sure.
People don't
Or
know.
it might be E or F or G
And,
or H or I and J
You
or
need to
K L M
explain to people that
or
have
P.
no idea what we're talking about. Tell
That's
people what
correct.
we're talking-
Okay, well, so we were talking about myths and folklore, legends, and Mary brought up the be naked guy.
Oh,
That's
you've
that's an
got-
omen of death.
Yeah, you've also got the Selkie.
So wait,
What is
so
that?
when you're gonna die?
I've got to get the pronounce the actual meaning.
Wait, so if you're naked, you're gonna die? So that means we shouldn't be naked.
No, it's a shapeshifter.
Oh,
Okay.
A Selkie is a shapeshifter.
I've
there
heard
you
of
go.
that before. Yeah. Very much like a skinwalker, right?
Mhm,
Here
mhm,
and the Native American. So
Yeah.
it's interesting to me that a lot of these things, a lot of this folklore and stuff, when you look at it, in its totality, there's a lot of similarities, right? There'll
Mhm.
be this culture will have this entity that does this, and then you'll go and look at another culture and you'll have a very similar kind of entity or a very similar kind of story of a being that does the similar things. And I think it's interesting that you see that over all of the cultures, that there are always these stories of dark things that may influence our lives and be around and come after us when we're not doing the right thing, or if you're out in the woods doing bad stuff. And I think that is like, I think that's really the message, right? All of
Yeah.
those dark things keep us on the straight and narrow. They keep us out of the dark places so that we don't end up there and don't end up getting eaten by the monsters or lured away by them, to be kidnapped and to taken away forever. So I think they're cool. I love to look into all of those folklore and all of that.
was it Jeff that was his name is Jeff, right? Was it
Mhm.
Jeff that said, "Without the dark, there can't be light"? Did he
Yes.
say that? I
Mhm.
found that prolific. First time I've ever heard of that. I do live in a sheltered environment, so I found it very interesting. Without the dark, there can't be light. So of course it has to be
Well,
dark. Being
I don't
honest.
think he's the first person that said that, because
Right.
there's been
No.
I've
yeah.
never heard.
But he certainly said it while we were on the podcast, and I agree. There is it's often in the darkness where we can see the light, right? Our perspective changes because things are just so dark that we have to look at something that's more positive. And
True.
so, the same thing, if all you're looking at is the light, it's easy to get caught up by the darkness, right?
This
So,
absolutely.
I've also heard this saying: where there is darkness, there is also light.
mhm. Yeah.
But
All
see,
right.
that derives from spiritualism, and I'm really into that. I'm really into that, and that's what it comes to. Every person around their body has an aura around their body. I totally believe that. So,
Madame Blavatsky.
uh,
Anyway, if anybody knows who that is, comment, send me a message, because that is some like real old spiritual stuff. Blavatsky is the one that started the spiritualist movement, and
Have to look that up.
she was the main one that Houdini was after and speaking out against, way back in the 1800s. So
did she not put a curse or something on Houdini?
correct.
I thought that.
Yeah. So there, I actually, directly across from me, I have Houdini's book about spiritualist, and he talks about Blavatsky in there. But anyway, she is a very, very famous figure. Like the entire spiritualist movement came out of the research and the work that Madame Blavatsky did. She was like she did a lot as far as that movement is concerned. One day we'll end up doing an episode and we'll talk about her and her influence and stuff like that. I'll bring somebody on at some point. Okay.
That would be
Well,
interesting.
moving on from all the creepy holiday folklore. If you haven't had a chance to check out the episode, go and check it out. It's a great episode. Jeff is incredible. If you love to hear the creepy side of Christmas, he will give it to you. And pick up his book. I have it upstairs on my table right now, and I have read through a little bit of it. It's a really, really neat book, going through all of the history around Krampus and all the holiday folklore. So, Mary sent me something earlier this week, and I wanted to respond to it here. I kind of basically said something about it earlier, and so she sent me a video of a guy talking about how it is not Luigi Mangione because Luigi is left-handed and the guy that did the shooting is right-handed, or at least fired the gun with his right hand. So what I have to say about that is that I am also shoot with my offhand, right? Not with a,
Yes.
not
But
with
he-
a,
But he didn't
not with a
leave.
pistol.
Yeah, but remember the other thing, Jeff. He didn't leave his hostel until 5:39 a.m., which would have taken 16 minutes to get there.
And
That's how I think he didn't do.
look at his eyebrows; they're different.
Yeah,
See, I don't think they are.
totally
Here's the
fair.
thing. Here's the problem with that. They have his fingerprints at the scene. They have his DNA at the scene. They have, when they caught him, he had the license that he used for the hostel. I don't know how you get around all that stuff. Like,
But
he
Probably the
also
usual. Probably the
Do
usual,
what?
Jeff. Probably the usual. Police plants.
oh,
Plant-
yeah, I don't think so in this
Uh-huh.
circumstance. I don't think so. This guy also, they've already done the forensics, and he was writing all of these manifestos. They have a bunch of the stuff that he said. He also had it on him. Like, I honestly, I don't understand why he would not have gotten rid of all of that stuff. They found him with the gun, with the silencer, right? It was all on him when they arrested him. Like if it was me and I had just went and murdered somebody, I would have gotten rid of everything. Now, what that leads me to believe is that he was on the path to do more. That he was not planning on getting caught when he did. He was planning on getting caught, but not until he was done taking care of a few other people. I think he was on his way to go and kill other CEOs that he had earmarked for that. So I just don't know.
I think he's innocent.
and I have a
I don't know.
question. Wait, hold on.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what's the percentage of people in the United States that have had issues with insurance denial, not medically necessary? We'll pay for your medication, but we're not going to pay for the inception of whatever the medication. How many people?
Probably you're gonna.
Jury.
Probably you're gonna.
jury finds him guilty? I'm just asking. I'm playing devil's advocate.
Probably 100,000 people
Where
that
are you
have had
going?
problems with insurance.
Jury that's not going to find. And that's what I'm saying. Nothing like.
So
Jury-
here's the thing. I understand what you're saying, Sherry.
I mean,
But when it comes down to it, there's a big difference between being pissed off at the insurance companies and
I
being angry and going and blowing somebody away in cold blood on the street.
right.
like,
I understand. But
I think that I think it's going to be real hard pressed not to find him guilty. This is also coming from somebody who does not always believe that the police are accurate and doing the right thing, right? So I don't know, but I think in this case, I think they got this guy dead to rights. I think that there's a lot of bullshit online that is trying that they are actively trying to say a bunch of things. Like, you just look at the stuff that they put out the day that he was caught. All of these people putting out all this misinformation, showing pictures of him with them on the day and the time that this was supposed to happen. and we now know that that was all bullshit, right? So who is this guy on the internet that is posting, well, he left his, his hostel at 6 whatever in the morning? How the fuck does he know that? Right? I don't know that for sure. I have not read that in any depositions or anything. So there's not been anything released as far as the court is concerned that says that. So, how do we know that's true? Where did this guy get the information from? So it's hard for me to believe that. Really, when it comes down to it, all the speculation doesn't matter. When it goes to trial and we see exactly what they said, or we see exactly the transcripts and all of that and all the filings, we're going to know for sure what all the timestamps are on all of this and if there's really a case or not. But with the evidence that they've already released, I don't know how you cannot convict this guy.
But the mayor, look what he did he basically did the perp walk with poor, and I'm going to say poor Luigi, for the sole reason is if you wanted to keep this in the courts, what he did with that perp walk was absolutely stupid, because now what he's guilty of being proven innocent. That's not the way it is. It's, you're not guilty until you're proven.
That shit hasn't been the case in 100 years. You were certainly guilty long before they do anything with the court case. It has been the opposite for a very, very long time. So,
horrible.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
You know how his the stupid clown is getting elected. Well, he's thing on the what's that, the 20th of January or something, or 21st of January.
Was that
Trump
inauguration day is the 20th. Yeah.
Aye. Well, I think probably somebody's going to take a pop at him.
Oh, I'm sure that's going to happen.
But they need somebody. They need somebody that can actually fire a gun properly.
Well,
and if anybody wants to buy me a free ticket, I can.
So let me be the first one to say that I don't support any of that, no matter who it is.
I'm only joking.
I am not in favor of anyone being assassinated. Whether you like them, don't like them, there are much better ways to handle things. I also don't think, with all of the stuff that's said, I think there are a lot of bad people out there. I think that there are a lot of bad people in government. I don't think that that Trump is the worst one. I think there's a lot of them that are really bad. So I think that, it's apples and oranges. I hope that there is no one that decides to take public office that ever has to deal with people coming and killing them because they don't agree with what they believe on either side of the fence. Democrat,
I'm only joking when I said that, though, Jeff.
I know. And see, this is why we have a good panel here, because we all definitely fall in different areas, which is always fun.
Now, if somebody would grant me a wish and walk me in the room for 5 minutes with Marjorie Taylor Greene, now that would be a bonus for me.
Okay.
I just can't stand that woman, man. Oh, she's the worst.
Mary has got a lot of strong opinions, if you guys couldn't tell. All right, so I wanted to answer that as far as how I felt about Luigi Mangione, because you asked. And I thought it'd be good to talk about it here and to kind of circle around, because there's a lot of stuff out there currently that keeps coming to the surface that we don't know how much of that is correct information, and we're going to find out in pretty short order.
Have you heard anything more about good old Rexy? This is what I'm waiting to hear.
Oh, I have not. They're keeping a pretty tight lid on a lot of that stuff. because the trial is is coming up soon, so
Yeah.
they're going to keep pretty close on that until it goes to trial. I think.
Yeah.
They're not going to televise it. So am I going to have to wait online and go in and actually report on it for you?
Oh,
That's the
maybe
hearing.
so. Yeah,
Oh,
because
Sherry. Oh,
yeah, they
man.
won't. New York has a policy where they don't allow any of that.
Oh,
So
man. Okay.
yeah, so we're not going to know anything.
Sherry, just go in with your phone and put
going
your
on?
voice recorder on. Voice recorder.
What's happening, Trashy? Somebody just commented in there.
I can't see anything.
Oh,
I need-
well, I get to see it.
Oh, that's why you're.
Yep.
No. Well,
It's on the YouTube.
No,
So,
we'll not
I said,
see, we'll
"What's
not
up?"
see that.
I said
Oh,
that.
Rocket Man's back.
Trashy
You
said
want-
they're chilling.
you can sing there.
Okay, so we covered Luigi, Rex Huerman. We've determined that that Sherry is going to be our point person on the ground there
Yeah.
for the Huerman
Yes.
trial. That's
Can't wait.
awesome. Man, that is going to be wild because the most recent thing about the Huerman trial is that they went and charged him with several more murders. So they're
Yeah,
saying that
7.
he's done more. So I think it was
7.
like 3 or 4. Oh, 7. Okay.
7. But they did say that his daughter will also get indicted as well. Because
Oh, okay. So I didn't hear that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Cherry, you need to
Right.
watch Law and Order. You need to watch Law and Order.
All right. What?
Law and Order, not the show.
No, I
Not
know.
not the TV show.
Not
The-
the,
the
not the TV show. Not the TV show.
I know.
Obviously.
The YouTube.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay. So there's some movement there with Huerman.
Her DNA was found on some of the victims.
Yeah, but
Just
wait-
That's
hers,
wild.
not on mothers. Just
Wow.
her and
Well-
Rick.
I mentioned this before,
all right.
and it's not surprising to me that could be the case. When you look at David Parker Ray, his daughter was involved in a bunch of the kidnappings, involved in several of the sexual assaults and stuff. Her boyfriend at the time, and his girlfriend. So there were like 3 or 4 of them that were all involved in all of this stuff going on. So it's not unheard of that a killer would involve someone else in their family. Now, how that all transpired, we'll see how that all goes when
Yeah.
it comes down. So
I think the next trial that's like major trial that's coming up, and I'm going to watch it. Donna Adelson.
What?
yeah,
Oh yeah,
What? I didn't hear
Donna
you.
Adelson. Donna Adelson.
Now, what is that one?
You know Dan Markel? They've already convicted the shooter, the one that was with him, the go-between. Charlie Adelson, he got life in jail, the son. Now the mother, hopefully the daughter's next. Hopefully the daughter's next.
Okay.
Because she was married to Dan Markel, Wendy, the complete and utter liar that she is.
wow.
She needs to be next after the mother. But I must say, she is the best prosecutor that I've seen. And I've seen a lot of prosecutors, but Georgia Kappelman, oh my God, she knows her stuff, like, really good.
Nice. All right, so I wanted to kind of do a recap of this whole entire last year because it's been a wild year, and not necessarily about true crime or anything, but personally here, I decided to we were doing Clubhouse for the last 2.5, 3 years. Doing trivia every week. There are some people that are in this room that have talked me into doing a whole bunch of shit. And golly,
I'm pleading the fifth right now.
So,
Like,
they talked me into all kinds of things from collecting dirt and going to true crime locations to creating a podcast, so I'm blaming some people in this room. So
wait, no, six. What is it? What was the thing we did? Route 6.
Roots,
That's
Route
epic.
6.
Yeah. Route 666, and Sherry is the one that named that, so she came up with that.
But Jeff's really lying because he really loves to do it. So
He wanted it.
I
yes.
do. I love doing it for sure.
now he's just got to give up the day job now.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Right.
We're getting close. So in this last year, I'll just give you guys a live recap since it's the last day of the year. Business has been down a lot. It has been the story of everybody this year. Not just me. Business has been difficult here in the United States. There's been an election. I didn't believe it was true that elections affect that. I was wrong. My friend Cherish told me a year and a half ago to be prepared. I did not listen to her, and she was absolutely 100% right. So Cherish, if you're listening, I apologize, and you were right. I'll listen from now on. So she's been in business a long time. Incredible person. She actually has the Secret Chamber up in Fairborn, Ohio. So anybody that's on here close to Fairborn, go there, pick up some stuff. You can buy my game in her store. So yeah, check her out. She's awesome. But yeah, so business has been down, but that's okay. It happens. It's cyclical, right? It's a difficult thing, business. But I have done a lot of other things this year in building a brand, right? And changing the narrative. It's not just, I've got it up over top of me. It's not just Killers the card game anymore. I have Scorpion Lair games. I've got 6 other games. I also have the book now. We ended up, working on the book series. That's released. A major publishing house picked that up and is putting that out there. I'm working on volume 2 right now. Yeah, Sherry's ringing.
No,
We can hear the.
why? What was that?
It's not me.
It's not me either.
Somebody's vibrating. So
not-
anyway, so we went from the book, and then I got this great idea that I should do a podcast. And so now here we are. We're 7 episodes in. The podcast has been, it's doing well. People are enjoying it. Yeah, thanks, Trashy. Yeah, it's been really good. I think it will just continue to grow as we continue to promote it. We continue to do new stuff. Here in a little bit, I'll share some of the stuff that I have planned for next year. Some of you already know, if you've been paying attention to promotions and stuff like that I'm putting out there, that maybe the first or second week of January, I'm going to be putting out a Evansville. Sorry, I'm also looking at everything else. Trashy said we met in Evansville, and yeah, I've been in Evansville a bunch of times. Evansville, Indiana, either at Evansville HorrorCon or at RaptorCon, because those are the 2 conventions I do there. Great guy. My buddy Matt does that convention. He does a great job there. Matt Grisham. So check it out if you're in Evansville. Always have a good time in Evansville. So, but with that being said, we have a lot of plans for next year. I'm going to be doing that special series on the Delphi murders. Matter of fact, before we got on here, I was working on it. I will show you this right now because it's kind of cool. This was one of my Christmas gifts, and it's called a Rocket Book. And so it is well, shit. There we go. So it's a thing, right, where you can write notes and you can erase them. You can take a picture of them and upload them online. It'll transcribe everything. So I take a lot of notes. I've got like all these pieces of paper all over the house, composition books and stuff that I'm constantly writing notes in. So I
Well,
now have a Rocket book that I can do that. Like, here's another one. I got another notebook with shit all in it. So anyway,
Well, Jeff, that's what best-selling authors do, and you happen to be
Apparently.
one of them now.
apparently it's crazy. So
And they don't
Yes.
uses, right? They don't forget that.
Uh-huh.
That's us.
that's for sure. I don't. I make fun of them all the time. It's great.
Good.
So yeah, so I have I'm going to do a 3-part series. Part 1 is going to be on the prosecution side, why Richard Allen did it. We'll talk about that. I'm going to try to stay as impartial as possible. Part 2 will be the defense case. So I'm going to go through all of the stuff with the defense, everything that happened with that. We'll talk about a bunch of different things. And then in the third part, I'm going to do different theories that are out there about what could have happened, what may have happened. We'll definitely cover the Odinite theory, the Odinism thing. We'll also cover the multiple people. We'll cover some other things that may not have been talked about at trial. And then I'll give you my thoughts of what I think happened and if they got the right guy or not. So and what's coming in the future. So I'll talk a little bit about that.
I don't think they've got the right guy. I think he's innocent.
I would agree with that. I don't think I think Luigi is I don't think he was the guy on the bridge. And I went back and I did a little bit of research on who are some of the other suspects that they really didn't investigate. And I got to tell you, there's a couple people that look identical to the sketches. And so I don't know how they didn't like focus in on that, but that's a whole nother story. So, but I'll be covering that all in the Delphi Murders 3-part series. I'm going to release it so y'all can binge it in one day. So I'm going to probably release the first part at like 8 a.m., release the second part at noon, and then release another part at like 5 p.m. So you'll have it all in one day. You guys can binge the whole thing, and then you can roast me later on when you think I'm full of shit. So that's like fine. I don't mind.
Well, you know me well.
We're gonna do that.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't mind. I can take criticism and I can fight back. I don't give a shit because I'm an adult and I have my own ideas about things. Right, wrong, doesn't matter.
You can dish it out and you can take it. So that's all.
Absolutely,
good.
absolutely.
It's all good.
I have a question. So
yes,
you're a prosecutor on the Delphi murders, right? They would never let anybody know, and they might have some doubt. Yet they're going to continue to prosecute him with a little bit of their doubt, although they're not going to let anybody know that. And then he gets sentenced, to 4,000 years. And still the prosecutors might think that he didn't do it, although they now have somebody that they can pin it on. How do they live with themselves?
I don't know. I think that the only way... Oh, I can't answer that, first of all. I think that most of them believe that at least they've given the family some peace, so they feel at peace, right? Yeah, and so here's the thing. Up until 2022, most of the investigators in the case all believed that it was multiple people that committed the murder, that there had to be at least 2 to 6 people that did this murder or did the double murder, right? The fact that they end up coming up with just Richard Allen and that he did it by himself is counter to the entire investigation. Now, that's as far as I'm willing to go right now, but I'm going to talk about that in 3 parts coming up in about a week and a half. So
I mean-
actually, I was planning on getting off of here and filming the first part of that tonight because I'm
Yeah.
ready to go. If you can't tell, I'm about ready to burst from digging into that the last week or so, and
I
I'm
mean,
ready to
that-
let it out.
That poor man, the poor man got 130 years.
Yeah.
For basically a murders that he didn't commit.
So Trashy mentioned about the Menendez brothers.
Right.
And
I think they should do it. I think they should do it.
What
well,
they're
and
getting
here's the thing. They're not. Last thing I heard, they're not getting out. So what happened is they had taken the case to whatever it is, and they were trying to get it, trying to get a appeal or a new trial set or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the elections and everything have come through, right?
Yep.
And there's a new person that's sitting there now deciding that case. And that person is
Trump.
not in favor of them getting out. Now, it has nothing to do with Trump,
Mhm.
but it is another prosecutor, or not another prosecutor, another judge that's looking at that and reviewing it, and they are not in favor of it. So the original person that was looking at that was really in favor of it. But now they may not get anything. So I don't know what's going to happen. That could change, right? There might be evidence. They may sway them. But last thing that I heard is that they were not going to get a new trial. So I don't know. Maybe that'll change since it's already changed once. But that was what I heard.
Apparently, Biden done a lot of like clemency stuff, and it's been reported that Trump is ready to just kick that to the curb and get back on the execution train.
Well, I'll tell you, I think there's a lot of problems on both sides of that, right?
Yeah.
There are a lot of people that he put up for clemency that don't deserve it. They should be executed, right? So it's like, well, what do you do now that these people and people get a mistaken idea? Clemency doesn't mean that they're going to release these people, right? They just commuted their sentences from the death penalty to life in prison.
Life. Yeah.
So, like, does it change a whole lot? Well, I mean, it means that us as the taxpayers are going to pay a whole lot more, right? Depending on when these people's sentences were. But the whole system is crazy. The fact that we pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to store these people on death row, and then another $30, $40, $50, $60,000 to execute them, there's got to be a better way to do all that. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
There's a quick and easy way. Line them up against the wall and just the firing squad. Boom, done.
just put him in jail.
Well, that's the thing. I don't necessarily disagree with that, but the problem is that, well, you don't live here, Mary, but in this country, there are a lot of people that completely disagree with that, and they also have a say, and they feel like everybody, even if you have given up your human rights by murdering and torturing other people, that you still deserve some decency. And I see both sides of the coin.
You could say that though, Jeff, but my philosophy is you do the crime, then you do the time, or you take the punishment.
Well, the problem is then you get other people that will come in and say, well, how many people later on got exonerated because they actually didn't commit the crime and the evidence was not good. So even if one in every, I think the last statistic that I heard was 1 in 8 on death row gets exonerated, right? Which is pretty high.
I think that, fair enough, they've got them on death row. But do they need to have them on death row for bloody years? Years upon years.
It doesn't make sense.
It's not that. It's the families, the victims' families. who
That's
suffer, who relive that every bloody day, just like Bundy's victims. They
Yeah.
relived that for 10 bloody years.
That's
Yep.
true.
Yeah. And there's a lot of sides to it, and I think that there are no easy answers. I think no matter which direction you go, when we're talking
Mm-hmm.
about death penalty, when you're talking about length of time, I think
Yeah.
it's very difficult. And I mean, there are people that, family members that have had people that have been victimized by these
Yeah.
criminals that don't agree, that don't want them to go to death either. So that to me is crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I can't imagine that I would feel that way, but there are people that do. So, there's no easy answers. Let me see. Oh, this is the other thing I was going to tell you guys. I wrote out a list today, these infamous lists, right? So, currently on the podcast, I haven't even released this yet, but we have John Wesley Anderson, who is scheduled. I'm actually going to do a interview with him on the 4th. Now, if you guys don't know, so
I know
if you-
him.
okay.
I don't.
Oh, you're actually getting an interview with him.
So,
Wow, what cool.
Who is
so he is connected with the John Benet Ramsey case,
he?
right?
Oh,
And so John was the one that interviewed and wrote a book about the original cop that was investigating the case. And so John and I can't remember right this second the name of the cop. It's Lou. Lou is the name of the cop. Lou, I don't remember his last name. But anyway, he is the one that has always believed that it was somebody outside of the house, that it was not any member of the family. So we're going to be talking about it. I know Mary doesn't agree, but
I still think it. I still think it. I still think it was the brother, though, Sherry.
I don't know.
So we're going to dig into it. We're going to dig into it, and we're gonna see what they have, and we're going to talk about it. I think it's going to be fascinating because it's one of the few unsolved cases where a person outside of the house kidnapping and killing this child is in the minority.
Remind me again, Jeff. Did they refuse to do a polygraph, or they failed to do they failed the polygraph? The parents.
I don't remember.
I can't actually remember now.
It was the father.
Yeah, and this is one of the anniversaries of that case because it happened on Christmas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to be a week out, but that'll be the January 7th episode.
Be
be with John Anderson.
I've already hung with the notification for it. I noticed it was John Benet, and I thought, ooh.
Yeah. So that one will be coming. And then I've also got my buddy Bruce Lemasters is going to be coming on. He has his own podcast. He's also written several books and corresponds with a bunch of different serial killers. And we're going to bring him on and talk about a bunch of different things. Really, really good guy. I've known him for the last several years. And let me tell you who I'm currently working on scheduling.
Ooh.
So there are some people that have already gotten the app to schedule and haven't scheduled yet. But I've talked to Karen Conti, who is Gacy's defense attorney, his last defense attorney. She's going to be coming on. She just sent me a message. She's on a trip in Italy right now for Christmas and New Year's, and she sent me a message from her trip in Italy saying that she wanted to come on. So
that was the lawyer just before he's
was executed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, well, he'll be good.
Yeah. So Karen's going to be coming on. She's awesome. I've not gotten a chance to meet her officially yet, but I've seen her in a bunch of other things. I have her book here. She's incredible. Jeff Mudgett has agreed to come on.
Yeah,
So
we're
gonna have
No,
Jeff. So
I know
Jeff is he's the great grandson of H.H. Holmes. So
okay.
he's going to be coming on.
Yeah.
We're
Kenny,
going to have
remember,
conversation.
this is the battle. Remember, this is the one that was going to have the
Oh,
boxing
that'll be
round.
good.
So Steve Daniels will be coming on. Waiting for him to finish
Yeah.
confirming. Now, Steve, I didn't realize this. I'm currently working on a book with Steve, and we're doing that anthology, and he's writing a chapter. I've got a chapter. EJ's got a chapter, and there's 7 or 8 other authors that also have chapters. But I didn't realize that Steve is part of like the International like Cold Case Foundation, and so he is. I don't know if that's the exact name, but anyway, he does a bunch of cold case stuff. So we're going to bring him on and talk to him. Incredible guy. Judith Yates is going to be coming on at some point when I can wrangle her into getting on here. Judith is another. She's an author. Yeah, she's an author as well and has done a bunch of different things. She's also a former officer, police officer, has worked with the FBI and all kinds of stuff. I've known Judith since the beginning, since when I started out. She has been incredible and has taught me a lot of different things. So we're going to have her on.
See if you could get one person on, Jeff. I would love it.
Let me finish my list, and then you
She
can give
never
me
does.
requests. Golly. All right. Steve Gianangelo, I've been working on him. As soon as he has time, he's going to come on. He is very, very busy, right in the middle of, he's a professor. So he's right in the middle of, classes and all of that. So we're going to get some time with him and get him on. Kathy Kleiner Rubin, I've been talking to her to get her on. John Borowski has agreed to come on at some point. So we're going to bring him. Dick Russell is going to be coming on with this, and I've already talked to him. He's excited about doing it. Now, Dick Russell, JFK assassination. He is an expert, wrote several books about JFK. So we're bringing him on to talk about the JFK assassination.
I'd love that to be live, because I would crack his brains.
I know, right?
All
We
right.
need to do this live so we have questions for them.
Okay, so here we go. Well, you know what? I'm giving you guys this ahead of time. If even everybody in the chat, listen, if you have questions that you want me to ask these people, right, on the interview, let me know, because I don't see everything, right? I a lot of times I'm really off the cuff with a lot of the questions that I asked. A lot of the conversation is off the cuff. So, like, give me questions. If you have questions, I'll ask them.
But Jeff,
right.
I've got a whole book of questions about JFK because
Well,
I've done that in uni.
I got to tell you that I will pick through the many questions that you give
Right.
me, and I'll decide what I'm going to ask.
I will give you them.
All right. So here is my list of people that I have not yet talked to, but will be talking to this week. Right. Kevin Sullivan, who is the foremost authority on Bundy. He is a friend of mine, lives just south of me, and I've been talking about it. I just haven't asked him yet. So I'm going to get Kevin on. My friend Ashley, who has been on with me before, you guys have met her. I'm going to bring her on for an episode. I'm going to save these 2 names for later.
Jeff, come on.
Really?
I need
the tea. Spell the tea.
I need to ask Peter Vronsky. So Peter Vronsky, I want to get him on, so I need to ask him. Nico Klaus, I'm going to talk to him. I've had him on before. We've had a conversation, but I'm going to get the Vampire Paris on here so we can talk to a killer.
You've been the sun.
Have him go live. Maybe not.
So we're going to bring on, I'm going to talk to Rick Staten. So Rick was Gacy's art dealer. And so I'm going to try to get him on. Awesome,
Mhm.
awesome guy. I've hung out with him a couple times. My buddy Ryan, who owns the Grave Face Museum, I'm going to talk to him and see if he'll come on. My buddy Joe Hiles, who is also another murderabilia collector from early on. I'd love to have him on to talk about stuff. These are some names that I put on at the end of the list. I don't know any of these three people. I've never once talked to them, but this is like, I would love to get them on. Jeff Gwynn, who has written several books about true crime, has a couple pretty prolific ones out there now. I would love to get Greg Larson on to talk about Devil in the White City. I have not had a chance to meet him, but I've been at a book festival with him. Harold Schechter, if I can get a hold of old Harold, he is incredible and has written a ton of stuff about true crime. And then, of course, I'd love to get Ann Rule on. That'd be great. Now, here are two people that I have talked to that I haven't asked specifically yet, but I want to get on. Number one is Catherine Ramsland. I'm going to talk to her and hit her up. I'd like to get her on. And then the other one at the top of that list is John Douglas. And so I just talked to him over Christmas. And I sent him a message wishing him a Merry Christmas and everything. And he responded back. And so he wished me a happy birthday on my birthday, which was really cool. I ended up posting that. I'm like, holy shit, John Douglas wished me a happy birthday. So I'm going to see if he'll come on. He doesn't do a lot of interviews, though. He doesn't do very many. So I don't know if he can or not, but I'm going to ask.
I've got another name for your list here.
All right, we got.
And she was the only female police officer at the time, surrounded by men. Kathleen McChesney.
Oh, McChesney.
Yeah, she'd be great.
Well, I can't get my pen is not working. I got another one around here somewhere.
Whoops. Uh-oh. What the hell? Oh.
And then don't forget, when she left the police force, she ended up working for the FBI as well.
Yeah.
She'd be really cool.
I think I actually have her book on my bookshelf. So if you guys, all of you out there, all of everybody that's watching, those of you that are going to watch this in the replay when it gets posted up there, comment and let me know, who do you want to see come on the podcast? Because I need ideas for guests. I need more people that we can expand this to, that we can talk to about, obviously we like to talk about a lot of the alternative theories and stuff like that. And we will continue to do that. But I also need your guys' help because I don't know everybody. I know a lot of people, but I don't know everybody. And, it's always kind of cool to have that. There's a couple guys that I'd really love to get on. Matter of fact, I can't find him now. He actually messaged me on Facebook, but the guy who was one of Richard Allen's prison guards, I'd really love to have him on and talk to him. But now I can't find him. I don't know whether he friended me on Facebook, and I don't know if he took down his account or what, but I couldn't find it. So if you're out there and you're watching, make sure you hit me up and send me a message this week so that we can talk. I don't know if you can even come on. There may be some issues with that. We can do some things. We can make it black. We can make sure that we change your name, whatever. But I would love to talk to you about some things. If you're out there and you're watching, there are several other people that I've met over the years that I would love to talk to. There is actually, matter of fact, I need to hit her up. One of Rodney Acala's victims' sister. I wanted to have her on for some stuff. I'd love to bring her on the podcast and to talk about that. I know that she has a story about all of that was never released and that she wanted to get out there. And I am more than happy to facilitate that and have a discussion. So if you're out there listening, hit me up. I do have her phone number and can give her a call. I just have to go and find it. Yeah, it's in a bunch of my stuff. So yeah, I think that would be really, really cool. But if you guys have suggestions, hit me up and let me know what you want to see, what kind of content, who you want me to talk to, because ultimately, I do this for everybody out there. I'm not just doing this because I want to talk to people. I talk to people all the
Jeff,
time.
how'd you get Bob Mott on?
So yes, I've talked to Bob. He is not committed to anything yet.
Yeah.
And
Bob,
rightly so. Bob is busy. Like, he is
Yeah.
doing 7 million things. I would love to have him come on, but he's also covering every single trial that's going on right now. And so
Yeah.
I know that Bob is super busy. It's tough for him to cut out, and give me an hour or two of his time. I get it.
Yeah.
So, I'm not super pressed.
He's been on STS quite a lot.
Yeah. And he's on Court TV all the time.
Yeah.
I love Bob. You guys know
Oh
I have a
my
soft
God!
spot for Bob Mata.
You just the right word there. Court TV. I'd love you to get Vinny Politano.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing. Get Vinny on. Come on, bring him on. Mary, do you have a
Yes.
mohawk?
Oh,
Yes, that would be great.
Yeah, that'd be
He'll do
interesting.
it.
So yeah, put all that shit in the chat. Send me messages later so that I can remember all this stuff, because I don't remember it all. We could talk about it now, and if I don't write it down, that's why I got this Rocket book, right? So I can write all this shit down and I know what I'm doing, because otherwise I got notes all around the house. I've got books of paper strewn around, and I got to find things later. So send it to me. I'll get it written on the Rocket book, and we'll be good to go. I'll know what I'm doing. Maybe.
Sherry, we'll just bombard with lovely pictures of Vinny and his blue eyes.
Oh
You
my
know
God.
what? He will. He should come on because he went on Nate Eaton's. Is that his name? Nate Eaton's?
Yes.
He went on for his daughter too. He's a great.
Yeah.
He would be a great.
Well, here's
He's
the
a-
thing, and
He's
this is
involved
what's
he's involved with missing persons.
Yeah.
yeah. Here's the thing that's really difficult, and this is where I need all of you guys to do things. All of you guys out there watching, until we get over 1,000 subscribers, it becomes difficult to get different guests on because we're just not big enough to
Okay.
get a big reach, right? The closer and closer we get to 1,000, the easier it is to start getting people on and to book different guests. Because they want to know that their message is getting out there, whatever we're talking about. So we've got to get the subscribers coming in. We've got a few now, but we need more. We need a lot more.
Why don't we
And the
do?
great thing-
I'll share it on X because I've got over 1,000 followers on X, so I'll share it on X.
Do like the Adam Walsh stuff, Aton Pates. I mean, these are things that I'm interested in. too.
Yeah.
And other
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
Yeah, I'll tell you that the episode that has gotten the most views is with Bill Dorsch. That episode on Gacy has been our #1 viewed episode, and then after that, it's the Adam Walsh episode, with Willis Morgan, has been really big. I thought the Ripper episode was going to be really big, and it was not as big as I expected. But I think it's an old case, so yeah, I think because it's so old, but I don't know.
I think people are sort of intrigued by, like, Gacy, Bundy, BTK, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I'd really like to do, and I don't know if I can make this happen or not. But I would love to get Dennis on.
Oh yeah.
So,
okay, come on.
I don't know if I can make that possible.
Well, they can easily do a video link for the jail, can't they?
Yeah, but there's a lot of hoops that you have to jump through, which is why I've not pursued that. I know a bunch of people that do that'll do voice calls and stuff like that, and they do it as their podcast as an interview. I don't know,
Or
and
if
I don't know.
if you can't get Dennis, then try and get his daughter on.
Yeah, I don't know, but there's nothing to say that we can't ask. So we'll
Yeah.
see. But that is something that if it becomes a possibility, I'll be excited to do it. I don't know, man. That would be a wild one for me. So,
For me,
yeah,
I would love to interview, and Kenny probably wouldn't dare. I'd love
Okay.
to interview Rich Bundy.
I'll be back. You guys hold the fort. Go ahead, Sherry. Talk about that artwork. Put that back up.
Oh, okay. All right. So,
Yeah, talk about it.
anybody that's listening out there, I really need to help out. Anybody that knows Albert Elliott, who was an amazing fashion illustrator, who was a professor at Parsons School of Design, FIT. Anybody that knows Milton Saris or Paula Zucker, Herman Costas passed away. Please hit me up. I really need to talk to one of them about Albert. I'm doing something on him, and this is a lot of his work. He's an amazing guy. I guess he was. I never knew him, but I'd really like to know him. So anybody that knows, anybody that was affiliated with him, or who went to Parsons with him, or who was his professor, or he was their professor, please. It's really important, and I have nobody to ask. So Milton Saris, if you're out there, or even Frank Morris, I don't think I'll get you to talk to me because I know you're very busy. Or Paula Zucker. I can't think of anybody else that's still, alive, but I've got pictures. You might want them. All right. Thanks, Mary. Are you there? Oh, Mary's not there either. Okay.
I'm
so,
here, Kenny. I'm
where are
here.
you?
That was good.
Okay. That's all I needed to do. Thank you, guys.
No problem. All right. So I don't know what I was going to do. I was going to do something. So here's another thing that we're going to start doing when we do these lives. My hair is doing crazy things. We're going to do when I was on Murder Metal Mayhem podcast, we used to do this every week. And now that the podcast has not been on, or at least I have not heard that it's come back. I know they're talking about bringing it back, but we used to do the true crime, the page a day calendar, right, and talk about different things that have happened. Well, I picked up the new one, so when we do our lives, we'll pull one from the previous 2 weeks, or maybe pull a couple from the previous couple weeks, and we'll talk about them on here live. So we'll play around with some page a day stuff. I picked that up. I don't remember when. It was maybe one of the, I don't know, I got a gift card and I was like, what am I going to buy? And that was one of the things I picked up. So we'll start doing that. Oh, let me show you this. I haven't showed you guys this yet. You'll appreciate this, Mary. This here.
I can't see it. Wait, okay.
Oh, wow.
What is it? Can we get? Oh, that wasn't good.
Can you see
What is it, Mary? It looks like, is that spelling?
No, it's a key.
Yeah, but there's a picture in it. Oh, what kind
Yes, there's a picture. There's a picture of where the key is from.
Where is the key from? Edinburgh?
No, it's from Joliet Prison.
Oh, really? That's so.
Yeah, I got
Where'd you get that?
I got it from another collector who deals with, like, he goes to a bunch of different insane asylums and prisons and stuff and collects artifacts. And he had an original Joliet prison key. And I said, oh man, I got to have that. Of course, Gacy only spent like 12 hours in Joliet, but I got the prison key anyway. All right, guys. Well, I guess we're gonna sign off here because I wanted to keep this short, and we still went over an hour and 20 minutes. So I guess it wasn't all that short anyway. I was trying to keep it under an hour, and that didn't happen. But all right,
You know
I
that
know.
never happens.
I know. I had a feeling that was not going to happen, but all right, guys. Well, have an incredible, incredible New Year's. Go out there and share the shit out of true crime, myths, legends, and more. Make sure you get 100 people a day to subscribe. It'll be great. And then we can start doing some cool shit. Like we could start having some merch and do some different things with it. I don't know what the hell Mary is doing there. She's like doing like shadow animals or
Wait,
something.
ready? I'm going with the D. I'm going.
Yeah.
That needs to be a shirt for sure. So Trashy, have an awesome New Year's. Everybody else, have a great New Year. Stay safe tonight. Make sure you enjoy it, but don't drink and drive. That's bad. Don't do that shit. Don't be too drunk tomorrow. Don't puke everywhere. Have fun.
Or do what Sherry does and play Pokemon.
That's right. Go. I'm a level 40 now. Bye, everyone. Happy New
See
Year.
y'all.
Bye.
Happy New
Bye.
Year.
Bye.
Ding.